The time has come. It is time to start on this disaster area. Ignore my dishes. I was baking. I have to wash those by hand. All right, so we have a plan in place. I have my funding is accessible to me. I have my quote from my cabinet guy. Thank you, Daryl Morris, TSO, Trophy Seekers Outdoors. I am so excited about this. And I am going to double check those measurements. Well, I will have done that by the time this is put up. So I will be getting back to you in the next day or two to finalize all of this and get that all started. All right, so this is the plan, okay? I'm going to leave that wall as intact as can be for right now because my stove, my sink, my dishwasher, everything is in there. But what I can do is deal with that mess and this mess. All right, because I got to get this floor extended into, well, it's going to go all the way to there, but okay, so hold on. All right, I need to empty those cabinets. Those two cabinets have already been detached from the wall, so they just slide right out of the way, so we're good there. All right, and as you can see, I have started emptying the cabinets as I'm using things that I don't use a lot. I'm not putting them away. And they're going to be either boxed up because I'm going to take this opportunity to go through everything and get rid of things that I don't use anymore. And, or that's going to get put on the dining room table so that I have access to it while I have no cabinets. All right, so I'm going to empty all of those cabinets, move those cabinets out of the way, move the refrigerator. All right, and then I'm going to take this apart and take those cabinets out and remove this wall because I have to extend the island out to here. So I have to build another box to attach to that wall. This wall from here, can you see it? No. From here to there will be gone. All right, and the island will come out this way, and then there'll be the side of the cabinet. So I'm going to make my island a little bit bigger. Well, a little bit. Comes out to about 14 inches, which is going to be a lot of space. So the trick is, how do I do this with the least amount of disruption? All right, so this end will pop right off. It's only glued on. And then I have to take this wall board off, build onto this, and make it bigger. But I can leave that, I hope, without removing it. After I get this all done and get that box built and attached to the floor and the rest of the island, this is all one piece, actually. This cabinet is one piece. So what I'm hoping is that I can detach the countertop in one piece, move the cabinet out of the way, put the floor down, and then put this cabinet back on top and put the countertop back on top so that I have somewhere to work. All right, so I'm getting ahead of myself here. All right. When I got over to here, because of the island, I did cut these planks at an angle and put in a transition strip. But when this is gone, because this is going to go completely, all right, so pull this out, move all this stuff, slide the refrigerator out of the way, and then I have to pull up these cut boards, not a big deal because they can be used in other places, and start running the floor all the way to that back wall. All right, all the way across. Now, as long as I can get rid of this and get this out of my way, because I'm not touching this wall. Normally, you'd pull this up, put the floor, build this on top. This is already here, and I'm not interested in doing that much construction. So this is the only wall that I'm going to put the floor around. Everything else, the floor is going to go underneath. So if I can get this out of the way and get that cabinet taken care of, and then I can move all this stuff out of my way as I work, as I go, one thing at a time. Move that, clean, 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 clean. because everything has to be moved and the floor has to be washed, and the base molding has to come off, and the heater vent, which is way down in there, needs to come off. And then I can start laying this floor. I'll be taking up this edging because this has to go somewhere else also. And then I can lock the floor together because it's kind of slidey right now because nothing is permanent because I had to continue. So I'm going to lay the floor, and I should be able to lay the floor all the way to here and not touch this wall until Daryl tells me that my cabinets are on the way, and then I can start taking down all of these cabinets. The uppers, I'm not sure about. My problem is that, because I got to paint that ceiling, obviously. You know, I mean, this one, it's a single, it can come down. I don't care. Right? And my glasses are in this one. My glasses and coffee cups, and, you know, and they can go on the dining room table. All right. That cabinet is absolutely useless, and I want it to go. The problem is that taking that down and working on that spot on the ceiling, I have to take the microwave down. Now, because of this kind of microwave, it cannot be used on a tabletop, so I don't know what I'm going to do right now. Well, I do know Peter has said that they don't use their microwave, and it's countertop one. And my biggest thing is with my dirty dishes, my sink and my dishwasher. I need to have those available to me for the longest amount of time possible. Now, I know there's going to be a space of time where that's not going to be available to me, because when Daryl says he's on the way with the cabinets, I've got to rip this all up. Unfortunately, I have... This is ceramic tile, and it's glued to the wall. So when I pull those off, I'm going to have wall repair to do. And it's all around the kitchen. It's everywhere. You can't even see it. Look, I've got so much crap here. It's everywhere, okay? So I have to pull that all off and see how much repair work I have to do. But, so the plan right now is to empty those cabinets and get those moved out of the way in the refrigerator, take out this island for the time being, get rid of this wall, build the extension, and then I need to start laying the floor. And if I can lay the floor to here-ish, whatever, then I can still use my kitchen, and 90% of my work will be done for now. Okay, so it has started. I promised that I would show it to you, so here we go. That ugly pantry cabinet, I have 3 more shelves to take out. Those are the rest of the shelves in there, and then that whole thing will come out. Ugh. And then I can take the one down over the refrigerator. But I got to get this out of the way so I can get a final and definite measurement. What was I just going to say? I don't know. Anyway, I've got one cabinet, and the big one, the one I was worried about. The rest of these are just regular cabinets. They'll pop right up. But that one, that was going to be the one I didn't want to deal with. So I just kind of put everything back in there. See, I pulled all the shelves out, and I broke the back off because I got so frustrated. I just grabbed it and pulled. But I found the screws there on those rails right there at the very, very top. There's 2 on that side and 3 more in the back that I'm going to have to get in there with the drill. But it'll be so much easier once I get those shelves out of the way. Now I put the ladder in there and I can stand in there because it's 96 inches tall. So that's where we are. 1 cabinet down. And I am really, really good. All right, here we go. The tall pantry that was in that cabinet had to be completely dismantled. That corner had to be completely dismantled before I could take it out because I couldn't get to the screws that were holding it together at the top. I don't even know how they got that in. The only thing I can think of, because this is a modular house, so it's built in a factory and then trucked out here, is that they put that cabinet in before they put the floor in upstairs. Who knows? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know how they got up into that space and got the screws up in there, but I had to take it apart to get it out of here. Take the shelves out, take the sides off, take the front off. It was a mess. All right, so that cabinet will pop right down because that cabinet that was up there came right down for me too. My island, took the top off, and, you know, I'm trying to make the best of a bad situation. It's like, oh, look, I don't have to open drawers anymore to get to my silverware. Yeah, okay. Well. So, this is the pony wall that was behind the bar. And I was desperately trying to salvage it because I didn't want to build another wall. And yeah, I'm building another wall. Not to mention the workmanship. Really? How many shortcuts can you take? How many things can you make just difficult? I would have been able to save this wall if I could have gotten the top off. But when they put the bar top on, they glued it and screwed it, which is fine. And when I popped it off, of course, all the particle boards stuck to the top of the bar, and that's great, you know, that whatever. But I can't get this top board up because of the way that it's crappily stapled on there. Now, these staples are about 2 to 3 inches long. I know them, but there's no moving those. There's none whatsoever. And since they stapled the wall board on, instead of screwing it on, I will have to pull every single one of these staples. So it was easier, actually, once I got it open, to just unscrew it from the floor, and I'll build a new wall. Now, anyway, that's not hard. It's just, ugh. But I will be screwing this together, not stapling it. Good morning. Yeah, we're back in the dining room. All right, there is not even half of my kitchen. I emptied out 1, 2 cabinets. I don't know. And of course, you know, the mixers, I cleaned off the island and just such a mess. So this is where we start. It's just been, and I've got to make more room in here to get the rest of the kitchen in this room so that I can take down the rest of the cabinets. So we're going to see what this is like. So the absolute prize of workmanship goes to this little detail. This is my island, and it was, you know, right there. Okay? This is the power cord that feeds 2 outlets that were connected to the island. Took me forever to find the breaker that it was connected to. And I try to move the island, and I got, you know, I look in there and I see wire and all caught up and everything else. Instead of drilling through the bottom of the pony wall after it was set and feeding the wire up through there, because the outlets were like right there and there was one on that side, right? Oh, sure, anywhere within this 10 square foot of space under the island, just drill through the floor. Yeah. So, I know the fix to this, but you have to get under the house. And I'm not getting under the house. And I'm trying to find somebody who will get under the house. Pull this down, set the wall, drill a new hole, feed it back up through. That's how it should be done. Not this. This is just pure laziness and just utter disregard for what you're doing. And I just don't even know where to go with this. I'm just absolutely astounded by the laziness involved in putting some of this together. I mean, that's like a 12-inch difference. It wouldn't have killed them to come up through the other spot. It wouldn't have hurt anything. It would have been easy. Like I say, they build these in a factory. It's not like, you know, the house was here and somebody had to crawl on the cold ground and get under it and work in a 12-inch space. But I have to do that now. My biggest problem is that I have to be very careful on how I take these cabinets down. I have a friend whose son just moved into a new to him house. Of course, it's an older one. It has basically, oh, the stupid ceiling. But I got paint. I bought paint yesterday. Um, has basically no cabinet space in the kitchen. So they're going to take all these and see if they can reconfigure it to work in their house. So that'll be, I'm glad that they're not going to waste. So the kids show up and they took down those cabinets for me over the stove and over the sink. And we find this line of holes in the wall. Peter took the whole sheet down because it was just not worth fixing. And he put a new piece of wallboard back up there, and it looks terrific. Oh, one thing after another. So this is where we are right now. Okay, I have the refrigerator in that corner, and that corner is finished. I got paint on the wall. When Peter and Jennifer were here, they took care of all of that for me. So that's all been painted back in there. I had to replace this quarter bead. Of course, as soon as I took the floor molding, the baseboard molding off, the quarter bead popped out, cracked all the way up. So we replaced that. All right, the refrigerator is just sitting there in that corner for right now. And my coffee maker, because we all know I can't live without that. He brought me the microwave, as I said, and I just got this little rack just so that I could have it and those kitchen tools available to me. There's the wall that Peter replaced, and I still have to sand that and then paint that. And I'm working on that, putting some popcorn patch up there, and it seems to be coming out pretty good, but working over your head, so it takes a while, and I just keep looking at it, and we'll see when I get it all done. But I'll probably get that done today. I've had to stop on the floor for right now. I've only got this much left because I have an issue with this heating vent, and I need an answer from Daryl before I can continue anymore. Because I have to cut around that vent, and if it has to be moved, I will be moving that before I cut any more flooring. And I gotta sand all of that. The stove is sitting out here in the middle of away from the wall, because I'm not lifting it up and down over that half-inch every time I need to move it out of my way so I can get back there and work. Did put in the utility sink, and it works just fine. Thank you very much. Plumbing's all exposed, so. And I reconnected the dishwasher, and I used it last night, and it works. And nothing leaks, because I think I'm more afraid of water damage than I am of anything else. And this will have to be moved when the cabinets get here, but until then, I can use it, so I'm going to. I think I was more worried about having my dishwasher working than I was having running water, but that's okay, because I got them both now. The floor is basically finished. There will be some baseboard molding and stuff that has to go in, but I don't have to do that until after the cabinets are in, because I really don't know how much I'm going to need. The appliances will be here a week from Wednesday. They're coming on the 22nd. And Daryl is planning on being here on the second week of March. So I'm hoping that this will all come together pretty quickly. The only problem is that the cabinets have to be here before I can have the countertop guys come in. And but that's okay. And they say, 4 to 6 weeks, probably close to 6 to 8 weeks before the countertops come in, and then I will be done. I will just have to have a plumber come in and hook up the sink and the brand new dishwasher, and then just all the finishing work, and it should be done. And I am so looking forward to it. But I'm still looking at April, maybe May, before it's completely finished. But I can live in this for right now. I really can. I've been cooking. I've been making Tom dinner. We've been doing breakfasts and things like that, because I did, the stove does work. It's plugged in. So I'm going to do all these touch-up finish things that I can do. I've got to put more paint on the wall. I have to pick out a new molding. I have to put in a new windowsill. I did just little things that need to be done, because really I'm kind of stuck until I hear from Daryl. And even when I do, I only have 3.5 more runs of flooring to cover that area, and then I'll be finished. And the only cut I have is this and this. So I'm hoping that I can get that done pretty quickly. Let's see it up. obviously put paint up there. That's where I pull the crown molding down. I'll have to go get some new crown, but again, I can't do that until the cabinets are installed, and I know exactly how much I need. That molding around the door all has to come down. I've already done it on the other side because I got to get the floor underneath it. So yeah, I just broke it off there because of the latch, so I just broke it off. But yeah, we're just and then DJ has to come and get this out of here. This is the sink base and the cabinet. He knows it's ready to go. So as soon as this goes, then it'll be out of my way and I can continue doing the rest of this stuff. So that's where we are right now. And you probably won't be seeing any more until it's done. And I do the big reveal. But I'm satisfied, frustrated. You know, it's just been one thing after the other. But very satisfied with the progress that's been made and with the way that things are going. And I've been able to basically solve every problem that I've come across. So, as soon as I get an answer from Daryl on that, and if it has to be moved, I have to call my high-vac guy and have him come take care of that for me. And I did stop the floor because, you know, these are just tongue and grooves, so they basically just click together. They're not even a click lock. They just slide together, and they're held in by the perimeter wall. So, you know, all these planks will come out and he can do whatever he needs to do. But if anything, it needs to be moved to the left and backwards further. So I don't see the big problem. I may have to move the sink, but, you know, that's 2 hoses. Those 2 hoses right there, done. And, you know, we'll be on to the next phase of this. But, you know, I'm happy about this floor. I've got to do a little bit of work on this pony wall. As you can see, my shop vac and my air compressor and my gun, because I need them. You know, I've got to get this all sheetrocked in, and I've got to put the extension on here for the island countertop, because that's going to be deeper than the cabinet, so I have to put an extension on here. But yeah, my pony wall is complete and in one piece. Double studs on the sides, studs all the way through, holes driven through. Another double stud on the other end, so Daryl has something to screw the cabinets into. Oh, and but it's going to be great when it's done. I'm, you know, it's kind of getting to the point where I can do a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but I can't finish anything. So that's a little frustrating. But I will get through it because I certainly have enough to keep me busy. So, all right. Let me know what you guys think. And, you know, it's a long process, trust me. I mean, I consider myself pretty lucky that I just started this and that it will be done by May, I'm hoping. Because once Daryl comes, then it's all up to the countertop people. So, but after that, everything will be in place. This wall will be completely finished when Daryl comes, because it's just 2 cabinets, 2 pantry cabinets, and the cabinet on top, and the refrigerator is going to be in the middle, and that wall will be totally finished. So at least I'll have something pretty to look at while I wait for the countertop guys. So, all right, I'll be back when it's all finished, guys. But